Festering Rotslime is the second boss in the brand new Sunken Temple raid in Phase 3 of Season of Discovery. This is a high movement fight that involves kiting a boss through hallways as you avoid standing in green goo on the ground. To start it all off, anybody that gets too close to the boss or gets behind the boss ends up getting devoured. This is going to pull them inside him and deal constant damage to them over time. They're still able to attack in this state, but they will not be able to move and they'll be dragged along with the boss. You are technically drowning when you're in this state, and your breath bar will be decreasing. You might want to have your warlocks cast underwater breathing onto your melee and tanks to make sure they don't actually drown if they get stuck in there too long. Now the boss moves quite fast and you have to kite him backwards throughout this hallway. Periodically, the boss is going to cast gunk. This is going to fire green bolts at people and then leave slime beneath them on the ground. To mitigate this, range should be all stacked to one side. Make sure to coordinate that ahead of time. And whenever they receive gunk, they should back up and keep along that side. This will leave the opposite side open for melee to have a safe spot to be able to move, and they never have to back into existing gunk. He periodically casts diseases on players that drastically slow their movement speed, so you need anybody that can cleanse disease to get these things off ASAP before players get devoured. The only way to slow the boss is these purple objects around the outside of the hallways. If you take them down, they move into the center of the hallway, and when the boss touches them, he'll get a stacking debuff that slows them down. At 8 stacks, he becomes stunned and begins ejecting everything that's inside him. This is the only way to get out of him if you've been devoured. Range should be attacking the boss non-stop throughout the fight as they kite backwards, where melee should be the ones focusing on these purple objects and slowing the boss down. Once the boss gets stunned, melee should be switching to the boss and burning him while he's in his stunned state. When he begins moving again, you switch back into that other rotation. Now this doesn't work if you have too many melee. You only want 3 or 4 melee assigned to taking out these objects, as they only last 10 seconds once put into the middle of the room before they can be devoured. If those players get too far ahead, they're going to be wasting your time and running out of resources too early. Once you have this whole thing figured out and you're able to get him kited backwards, slow him down, and burn him during his effects, without too many players getting devoured, you should be able to take down this boss. I hope this guide helped you out. I'm Zesty Fresh from Zaza Games, and we'll catch you guys next time.